Hello crafters, welcome to G's Creations, and today's video. Today we're going to be using this new leaf stamp set. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and the leaves measure approximately, the largest one is almost 2.5 inches. This one here is almost 3 inches. This one here is almost 2 inches wide. The smallest one is 1/2 inch. So they've got a nice size on them. So we're going to be using some of these, and I've got some assorted acrylic blocks to my side here. I'm going to be using that one and that one. And then I'm going to have a root through my stash, and I'm going to take out some autumnal colours of some of the scrap card I have in here. And I'm going to plaster all these bits of scrap card with these leaves. So I am going to stamp and cut out all these images using all these different leaf stamp. If you've got a brother scan and cut, then that would be a great thing to use, but I don't have one, so I'll have to cut these out by hand. So I'm going to cut out multiples of these images on these scraps of paper and some others that I've got, and we'll be right back with you. Okay crafters, I have tons. I sat there for an hour watching Christmas in July on QVC and just enjoyed the Christmas ornaments. And yes, I'm filming this in July. You won't see this till the autumn, but I'm filming this in July. And cut out all these beautiful leaf images. Now I've done them on kind of autumnal colours, so the browns, the yellows, the oranges. If you wanted to, you could get hold of some of your autumnal coloured distress inks, and you could go around the edges just to give them a bit more depth. So I'm going to go around all these stamped images, and I'm just going to lightly go around . Okay, let's move those out the way. Now, I have cut a 6x6 card base using my thick 300 GSM paper, and I have this plastic bowl, and I'm going to draw around this plastic bowl. Now I'm going to turn this plastic bowl over and show you. Now I want part of this card to still be openable, so I'm going to draw around it, and it's not going to look exactly like a circle. I'll show you what I mean once I do it. So I'm just going to draw around it. So let me find my pencil. And I'm going to cut the parts that I drew round off. So I end up with a card that looks like this. Now the next part is I need to choose a circle die from the nesting circle die set, which are available from my store, and I need to put a hole in the center. So bear with me and I'll just go and get my die set. Okay guys, so this card is going to be a top opening card. Now I have some die cuts that I've kept with my circle die set, my stitched edge circle die set, which is available from my store from previous craft, so I can gauge what the end result or the end hole will look like. You see, that's the biggest one, and I think that would be absolutely perfect. I think that's going to be absolutely perfect. I think that would be too small, but I think that would be absolutely perfect. And by using the die cut itself, it gives you exactly the right measurement in regards to what it will look like, because the dies themselves are slightly bigger than the image they cut out. So I'm going to go with the largest of the circle dies, put these away, and I'm going to bring over my cuttle bug. Now we are using the traditional A, B and C plate. Someone asked me in a video a few times now over the past few months about what's the difference between an A, B and C sandwich and an A, B and B sandwich. The A, B and C is for die cutting and the A, B and B is for embossing folders. I'm going to place my card on the B plate and I'm going to put my die where I want it to be. If you've got some washi, feel free to put some washi tape on it just to hold it in place. I need to just lift up my machine and move it over slightly. You can definitely do that. Put it in and put some washi tape just to hold it down so it doesn't move. But I think I've got that. Oh, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Make sure you get it in the right place before you process it through. Okay, here we go. Okay, and now I have the inside of my wreath, my autumnal wreath card sorted. I'm going to keep that because that will come in handy. And the next thing I'm going to do now is using some art glitter glue and using some foam squares to give the leaves dimension. I am now slowly going to build up the wreath using all of these lovely stamped images that you saw me stamp out and ink earlier on in the video. So I'm just going to alternate and I'm going to overlap and have some of the images go into the center of the wreath. I wouldn't recommend that you am I trying to say? In regards to shipping this, I would probably hand it to the person or put it into a padded envelope, that type of thing, because even though the card base itself is 6x6 with the leaves hanging off, it would probably be more like 6.5 or 6 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to carry on and now I'm using foam tape to give the card as much dimension as I can. I'm going to overlay all these leaves onto the card, and I'm going to have them sticking up, and I'm going to, you know, move the leaves upwards. I'm going to give this card as much movement as I can. Okay crafters, we've got all those on, and I love the dimension it has. I really like the way that's turned out. Just going to put that away to one side, and I think I'm going to use the large banner from the banner stamp set available in my store. I'm just going to pop it onto a stamp block, and I am probably going to stamp it using the memento. Okay, yep, that looks good to me. And that's the large banner piece, banner die from that stamp set. And let's cut you out. And using the sentiments thank you from this mini stamp set, which is also available from my store, I am going to stamp out thank you, and I'm going to use the wild honey. So I'm going to do that in the wild honey, so thank, and I'm going to do the U in the wild honey. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the mowed lawn, and I'm going to attempt to give this a shadowed effect. So just slightly off from where you stamped it before. And it kind of gives a shadow kind of stamping image. These acrylic blocks are available from my store if you're interested as well. And then I'm going to pop that on the front here, but before I do that I'm going to use this mowed lawn just to take back some of that stark whiteness. In fact, I might even use some of the honey as well, just to give it an autumnal feel. And I'm going to put that on there, but I'm going to put some double-sided foam tape. Now this is just the larger foam tape pieces that are sold in my store, but I sliced them into lengths, and I think I'm going to put 2 lengths on this. So I'm going to take the back off, And then I'm going to adhere. I'm going to put another level on. 1 and 2. And then take that off just so it stands up proud from the foliage. Making sure I've got it in the right place. And then you've got the whole of the inside to write your message to the person you want to say thank you for, or that you're thankful for. So here we go, crafters. I just think it's quite an unusual card, but I really like the end result. With the leftover leaves, I created another card, and that's this one here. Again, I used the thank you from the small mini stamp die set, which is this one here, and then I used the rake from the harvest stamp set from last year, and I have a few of those left and they're on sale now, so they're reduced in price, and I used that for the rake on the side. So there's today's video, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.